Darling, you send me, I know you.
Alright, so we are here with Brent McGregor, who most of you will probably know, I'd imagine.
Look, I think the market at the moment is very strong in terms of the capital that's available to acquire property right across the country, really. You know, the growth that's been exhibited in the Auckland market has been quite astonishing in the past few years. And I think there's still a little bit of growth left right across the board. Some tenants are starting to struggle and feel the heat on rents, particularly in the retail sector, and that's an area that I'd be keeping an eye on for extra attention if I was an investor. Well, if you're asking the same question back in 2015, I was starting to think it was top of the cycle, and that was 2 years ago. But I'm actually more confident today than I was then that there is a continuation of relatively solid performance, and just the overall amount of capital chasing New Zealand assets, and particularly from offshore as well, and that's really buoying up the sector here, and even to the point where that the weight of capital was overlooking some of the tenant covenant weaknesses within some of the assets too. In terms of the commercial property market, probably not. It's largely business as usual. I was a little bit concerned that the retail property market would turn down more than perhaps it has as a result of minimum wage increases over time, and that's yet to be seen. But I think counteracting that, you'll get a situation where the latest change of imposing GST on internet transactions, hopefully there'll be some positives come out of that for the property market in the retail space, and people, as opposed to buying online, will perhaps go back to the store and support their local New Zealand retailer.
Yeah, level the playing field a bit.
Yeah, I think so. With the weight of capital that's coming in from offshore, picking up the safer properties, or the properties that have got more certainty around their future, I think for local investors the real opportunity is perhaps to go for some value add assets, and where there is an advantage for local money is that you're based here, the asset may need some more attention or some physical works done, maybe some seismic strengthening or refurbishment, and offshore buyers typically are less inclined to want to take that on. And I think getting yourself away from that heated competition that exists for the nice shiny new long lease assets, and perhaps going to work, rolling your sleeves up, putting a bit of elbow grease in, and those type of assets, I think there's perhaps some merit in chasing those. I think they're always more interested in getting into an exclusive position, so off-market's always the thing. But if I was a seller at the moment, I would definitely be taking the property to the broader market with a marketing strategy that would likely bring about some competitive tension.
Awesome, Brent. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Yeah, thanks, Ellie, and it's been a pleasure.
I know you.